Hello, Professor, TA, and everyone. We are Group 18, and the organization we are presenting is Tesla. And during the presentation, we'll go over the company background, what is the problem, and how we solve the problem. And before we get to understand the HR problem, let's start off with the company background. As everyone knows, Tesla is an American electric vehicle and clean energy company based in Palo Alto, California, led by the entrepreneur Elon Musk. Tesla was founded on July 1st, 2003, and has become one of the world's most valuable companies and remains the most valuable automaker in the world, with a market of $1 trillion for the full year 2021. And Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. And now I'll pass on to Rohan to talk more about the company HR problem.
Hi, how's it going? My name is Rohan Misra, and I'm a part of this group, and I'm going to start off by talking about the problems that were in Tesla. So the two main topics that the problems were related to were obedience and authority, and motivation and happiness. So to first go over obedience and authority, so basically there is a sense of miscommunication or communication gap between Tesla's management teams and their lower level employees who are on the delivery end and the store retail end. Basically, the people who, there's many policy changes in Tesla. So there's many like constant innovation, consistent changes, and like lots of like new implementations and new forms of communicating with customers. So this and whenever a change occurs, there is really no communication that happens from the management to employees that this change is being made, and that this is something they should watch out for. Because there is no communication or heads up from management or any explanation as to why this change was made, this leads to a communication gap and a decreased sense of obedience and authority from the management team, because it makes it difficult to have a sense of trust towards the management when they do not inform you of any changes or any type of adjustments or even improvements made to the workplace. So employees are kind of caught off guard, and this leads to inefficient workflows and work pattern breaks and just more conflict in the workplace. And then the second problem, the second thing I want to talk about with Tesla was motivation and happiness. So due to the lack of dialogue and just the overall fast-paced working environment in Tesla, the management team does not make out enough time to communicate with the employees about what kind of work they are doing and the type and the impact that that work is having. So basically, there are performance reviews, yes, based on the research, but there is really not too much dialogue on, the kind of work that's being done, or the how effective the work is, or just an overall appreciation for that employee. Because since the conversations are limited only to performance and productivity, not about the work or any type of passion towards the work or any form of satisfaction towards what's being done, this leads to an overall decrease in motivation and happiness, because it makes it difficult for employees to have a sense of happiness or satisfaction from the work that they're doing besides monetary gain. And this kind of ends up falling to management just because they are not necessarily having those conversations with those employees. But yeah, those are the main problems in Tesla, and I'll pass it off to my next teammate.
So one of the possible causes of the problem we identified was the rapid growth that Tesla is currently experiencing. With the first Gigafactory being opened in 2019, since then, Tesla has opened 3 other Gigafactories around the world. With their fast expansion comes a set of aggressive deadlines. This can be especially problematic because management may have a tough time developing objectives that properly align with the company's goals. In addition, this may create additional issues with employee motivation and engagement. One of the other causes that we identified was the high executive turnover rate that Tesla has. Tesla reportedly has an annual executive turnover rate of 44%. which is much higher than the national average C-suite turnover rate of 16%. This can contribute further to the communication problem that we mentioned earlier, where employees may have a tough time knowing who to report to.
Our solution to solve Tesla's HR problem is decreasing the executive turnover rate. We will implement our solution through two methods. First, we will give every leaving executive an employee exit survey. In this survey, we will ask them crucial questions regarding why they left. After collecting this information, it will be given to Tesla's chief human resource officers, who will address and work on the issues the executive stated. Second, we will have Elon Musk conduct a performance appraisal interview with his executives in a tell and listen fashion. Our goal for this type of performance appraisal is to give the executives a chance to express their concerns to Elon. By doing so, we expect that the executives' needs and concerns will be attended to, and there will be less of a reason for them to leave the company. We believe our solution will work because it is directly taking on an issue that has been statistically proven to be present in Tesla's HR system. We expect positive outcomes from the performance appraisal and employee exit survey to come into fruition around 4 weeks after they have taken place. As for the rollout of our solution, we will immediately start giving out employee exit surveys to every executive that leaves. We plan to start the performance appraisals in a week. We want to give Elon Musk and the executives time to collect information they would like to discuss during the appraisal. We do not expect our solution to be costly. The performance appraisals will be held through Zoom, while the employee exit survey's responsibilities will fall under the current chief human resource officers. The expected outcomes of a strong, stable executives is that operational plans will run smoother, communication between management and employees will improve, and more company goals will be met.
How will we know our solution worked? We'll know our solution works if there is a significant decrease in the executive turnover rate. In addition, 3 months following our solution's implementation, we will compare the feedback from the first employee exit surveys to the feedback from recent employee exit surveys. If the executive's reason for leaving have nothing or little to do with HR problems, then we will have known that our solution made a beneficial impact. We expect to see the improvement of management-employee relations, employee satisfaction, and the overall work environment, as using our surveys will allow us a deeper insight into the working minds of our employees. To measure the changes in behavior, we will conduct a random employee survey. In this survey, we will ask employees questions regarding whether or not they noticed an improvement in communication, manager-employee relationships, and the overall work environment. There are a few consequences of continuing our plan. It is low cost and we aren't taking any foreseeable risks. However, an unintended consequence could be that in our future, if our solution does fail, we could potentially lose out on opportunity costs of time, resources, and the potential improvements we could have had if we developed a successful strategy. For final thoughts, Tesla is one of the fastest growing and largest companies in the world. Due to its sheer size and velocity of growth, it is reasonable to expect Tesla to have problems with communication amongst the ever-changing environment it presents itself in. And with a high employee executive turnover rate and new rules and policies being made seemingly spontaneously, it has been difficult for Tesla employees to maintain obedience and authority to these rule changes. By implementing employee exit surveys and performance appraisals with top executives, we will solve this puzzle and utilize this newfound information to better Tesla's internal functions.
And that's pretty much about our presentation. So to end it off, thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or feedbacks, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thank you and have a great day.